think most of us, if we're honest with ourselves, can look at the previous 12 months and say, I'm maybe a little bit behind where I'd like to be. I'm exactly on track, or maybe I'm even a little bit ahead of where I want to be. And if we're honest, we can do that. And if we want to make the upcoming year even better or continue with the momentum that we've created, one of the best review mechanisms we have at our disposal is the ability to do this exercise that we'll simply call stop, continue, and start. And really, what it is understanding that if we want something better, then we're probably going to have to do something differently. I mean, we all have heard the cliche, the definition of insanity is continuing to do the same thing and expecting different results. Well, there's plenty of truth to that. So, the first thing that I do, taking somebody through this, especially if you're maybe a little bit off track, is saying, well, what do we need to stop doing? What did we spend time on the previous year? What did we spend money on? What did we do that didn't serve us? And that could be personally, it could be professionally, but what were we investing in that didn't serve us? Maybe it was a marketing tactic. Maybe it was being distracted with social media. Maybe it was worrying about things outside our control. Maybe it was offering a specific type of service, and maybe we need to evolve the model. But what do we need to stop doing? And I don't think enough people spend time on that in their planning for the upcoming year. They tend to pile more things on their plate, but sometimes the greatest success is what you say no to. The things that are taking up mental bandwidth, that are taking up resources that just don't merit them. Maybe they're not giving you a positive ROI. Maybe they've kind of run their course and don't serve you and you need to move on to a new chapter. So what do you need to stop doing in order to maybe release something from the previous year or maybe longer and start to move forward? So that's the first kind of piece of this exercise. The second is, what should you continue? What is working? And this is one of those things that it's always interesting to see how quickly we discard things that are working because maybe we get bored with them and we're chasing the next new novel thing instead of understanding that if it's a marketing thing, the marketplace isn't bored. Nobody has seen this as much as us. We are like neck deep in the things that we're doing as an owner. Most everybody else is only getting small little exposures to it if it's marketing, if it's staff development, whatever else. So if something's working, what do we need to continue? If we've started sending 3 times a week email with a PS, what can we continue with that and maybe expand on or improve on? If we've been making offers on a weekly basis, should we continue that? Well, of course. If you're running ads, should we continue that? Even if something's just showing you maybe glimmers of success, sometimes continuing enough to gain momentum, to start to reap a compound effect, and to put in enough reps to actually get good at something, that may be one of the more powerful, if not the most powerful thing that you can do to improve your business. I think most people move on from things far too quickly and don't spend enough time with them to get great at them, to become the best in their respective market, to really let the power that they have compound. Like I'll use writing a daily newsletter for me or a 3 times a week newsletter for you as an example. Well, the more you do it, the easier it gets. The more you do it, you get feedback to see what's working, what people respond to. The more you do it, the faster you can create. So it becomes something that takes up less of your capacity, but the quality doesn't diminish. And then even better yet, with every additional one you put out, that's an additional step in the follow-up process for every lead. Every lead that you have becomes incrementally more valuable. So it all compounds over time. So if there are things like that you've been doing, whether it's been for the entirety of the previous year or just recently, what do we need to keep doing in order to go where we want to go? And then finally, I would say, what do we want to start doing? What maybe have we been putting off? What have we been distracted from? What have maybe some of these other things that we need to stop taking so much of our time away from that we've not been able to engage with? Maybe it's running ads. Maybe it's planning. Maybe it's using a calendar to plot out your promotions and your ongoing monthly marketing plans. Maybe it's staff training. But they're invariably things that if we want to be better, if we want something beyond where we are today, we're going to have to start doing and probably continue for an extended period of time if we want to get great at it. Because I think that most of us, the competitiveness in us, the aspirational side of us as business owners, we want to improve from year to year. But a lot of times our behaviors aren't really reflective of what we say we want. We want these things to be different, but we continue to do the same stuff. We repeat the same mistakes. We get caught in the same patterns, the same habits. And I get it. Some of that stuff's hard to break free from. But this is the time of year where I think that hopefully you've got a little bit of extra space that you can sit down and plan things out and be intentional about the things that you want to change. Because the last thing that I'll leave you with as you kind of walk through this exercise, these thoughts, is if you were just to zoom out from this week, if we said, okay, if I operate for 52 weeks the way that I'm operating this week, the amount of offers I'm making, the amount of leads I'm generating, the type of staff development that I'm doing, would I have the business that I want, or at least the progress that I hope to make over the next year if I had 52 weeks of those stacked on top of one another? And if the answer is no, well, now's the time to fix it. Now's the time to craft a week, to choreograph a week that you can say, man, if I stack 52 of these together, I am going to be so far ahead. My revenue is going to be up 50%. I'm going to have developed a staff that allows me to have more freedom. Our clients are going to get incredible results. My personal income is going to grow. I'm going to start or continue building wealth. I mean, that's how it works. So this is a great time for you to use this stop, continue, start exercise to craft the week that you need to have and really kind of repeat to build the business you want.